Ethicon 4000 stapler. Indications. The Ethicon 4000 stapler and Ethicon 3D reloads are intended for transection, resection, and/or creation of anastomoses. The instrument has applications in multiple open or minimally invasive general, urologic, thoracic, and pediatric surgical procedures. They can be used with staple line or tissue reinforcement materials. Device description. The Ethicon 4000 staplers are sterile, single-patient use instruments that simultaneously cuts and staples tissue. There are 6 staggered rows of staples, 3 on either side of the cut line. Together, the Ethicon 4000 staplers and Ethicon 3D reloads deliver 3D staples in the outer 2 rows on each side, while the inner rows, nearest the knife, maintain the traditional 2D B-form staples. The surgical stapler features powered articulation control, a rotating knob, manual override, battery pack, closing trigger, clamp release button, red firing trigger lock, dark gray firing trigger, partial close indicator, and a knife blade indicator. To articulate the end effector, the device has a home knife reverse button and a directional articulation button on both the left and right sides of the grip housing. The shaft can rotate freely in both directions, and the powered articulation mechanism enables the distal portion of the shaft to pivot to facilitate lateral access to the operative site. The instrument is packaged with a primary lithium battery pack that must be installed prior to use. There are specific requirements for disposing of the battery pack. Refer to the battery pack disposal section in the IFU. The instrument is packaged without a reload and must be loaded prior to use. Do not load the instrument more than 12 times for a maximum of 12 firings per instrument. The use of the instrument with staple line reinforcement material may reduce the maximum number of firings. Preparing the instrument for use. Using sterile technique, remove the instrument, battery pack, and reload from their respective packages. To avoid damage, do not flip the instrument and battery pack into the sterile field. The battery pack must be installed prior to use. There is no up or down orientation required for insertion. Insert the battery pack by lining up the release tabs on the battery pack with the slots on the rear of the instrument. Ensure the battery pack is fully inserted into the device. An audible click will be heard when the battery pack is fully inserted. The user may experience audible and/or haptic feedback as the motor powers on. Loading the instrument. Prior to inserting the reload, ensure the instrument is in the open position. Examine the reload for the presence of a staple retaining cap. If the retaining cap is not in place, discard the reload. Insert the reload by sliding it against the bottom of the reload jaw until the reload alignment tab stops in the reload alignment slot. Snap the reload securely in place. Remove the staple retaining cap and discard. The instrument is now loaded and ready for use. Visually inspect the stapler to ensure proper reload seating before firing. Ethicon 3D reloads may only be used with the Ethicon 4000 stapler. Ethicon 3D reloads are not compatible with previous generations of Ethicon laparoscopic staplers. The Ethicon 4000 stapler is not compatible with Echelon endopath reloads with gripping surface technology. Verify the reload size and model matches the instrument size and model being used. Examine the staple retaining cap and stapler for the presence of the 3D stapling technology icon. Operating the instrument. Rotate the jaws by pushing on the fins of the rotating knob with the index finger using downward or upward pressure. The instrument shaft will rotate freely in either direction when unclamped. Shaft rotation is disabled when the device is clamped. To articulate the jaws, first ensure that the jaws are open. Then press the directional articulation button in the desired direction until the desired articulation angle is reached. The jaws will lock at that angle. The jaw articulation angle can be stopped at any angle, full right or full left. Note, the device will only articulate if the jaws are open and the black partial close indicator is visible. Articulation is disabled when the device is fully closed or when the black partial close indicator is not visible. If the articulation controlled button is pressed when the device is fully closed, the instrument's motor will provide audible and/or haptic feedback. The device senses the orientation of the jaw respective to the handle to keep the articulation controls consistent. This means that the articulation button that moves the jaws to the right or left will be the same regardless of whether the anvil jaw is facing up or down. Once the jaws have reached the maximum angle in either direction, if the articulation control button is pressed again, the instrument's motor will provide audible and/or haptic feedback. The home button has two functions. If the device is open, pressing the home button returns the jaws to the home or straight position. If the device is closed, pressing the home button reverses the knife after a partially completed transection. Firing the instrument. To insert the device through a trocar, ensure the jaws are in the home position and the device jaws are closed. Position the instrument around the tissue to be stapled. When positioning the stapler on the application site, ensure that no obstructions such as clips, stents, guide wires, etc., or unintended anatomic structures are within the instrument jaws. Firing over an obstruction may result in incomplete cutting action, improperly formed staples, inability to open the instrument jaws, and/or bleeding, leakage, or disruption. There may be a risk of increased leak rates when staple lines are crossed, even if there may be clinical circumstances when a surgeon may deem it necessary or appropriate to do so. After positioning the instrument jaws, close the jaws by squeezing the closing trigger until it locks. An audible click indicates that the closing trigger and the jaws are locked. When the jaws of the instrument are closed, the red firing trigger lock and dark gray firing trigger are exposed. Ensure tissue has not extruded, proximal to the proximal black line on the instrument. Tissue forced into the instrument proximal to the black line may be transected without staples and may lead to serious surgical consequences such as bleeding, leakage, or disruption. Holding the jaws in place for 15 seconds after closing and prior to firing may result in better compression and staple formation. Ensure tissue is not under tension after closing the jaws. Firing the instrument while tissue is under tension may lead to serious surgical consequences such as bleeding, leakage, or disruption. Ensure that the tissue lies flat and is positioned properly between the jaws. Any bunching of tissue along the reload, particularly in the crotch of the jaws, may result in an incomplete staple line. Incomplete staple lines may result in tissue damage or bleeding. Pull back the red firing trigger lock to enable the dark gray firing trigger to be pulled. Fire the instrument by pulling the dark gray firing trigger. The motor will activate audibly. Continue to depress the trigger until the motor stops. The motor will slow down when the device encounters more force. Alternatively, for enhanced tissue compression, the user may pulse the dark gray firing trigger throughout the firing cycle until the transection is completed. To complete the firing sequence, release the dark gray firing trigger to activate the motor and automatically return the knife to home position where the motor will stop. In this position, the instrument is locked out until the jaws are opened and reclosed. Ensure the device has fully returned to the home position prior to opening the jaws. Incomplete firing may result in malformed staples, incomplete cut line, bleeding, and/or difficulty removing the device. At any time, if the home knife reverse button does not return the knife to home position and the jaws will not open. First, remove and then reinsert the battery pack. Then try the home knife reverse button again. If the knife still does not return, use the manual override. To use the manual override, remove the access panel labeled Manual Override on the top of the instrument handle. Move the lever forward and backward until it can no longer be moved. The knife will now be in the home position. This can be verified by viewing the position of the knife blade indicator on the underside of the reload jaw. Note, after the manual override is used, the device becomes disabled for any subsequent firings and should be discarded. To open the jaws, squeeze the closing trigger, then simultaneously press the clamp release button on either side of the instrument. While pressure is still on the clamp release button, slowly release the closing trigger. Examine the staple lines for pneumostasis, hemostasis, and proper staple closure. Minor bleeding can be controlled with manual sutures or other appropriate techniques. To remove the instrument from the cavity, press the Home button or use the articulation control buttons to return the jaws to the home straight position. Squeeze the closing trigger until it locks, closing the jaws. Completely withdraw the instrument in the closed position. For insertion and removal of articulating instruments, the jaws of the instrument must be straight, parallel to the shaft of the instrument. Failure to have the instrument jaws in the straight position will result in difficult insertion or withdrawal of the instrument and may result in damage to the instrument. Reloading the instrument. Push upward toward the anvil to unsnap the reload from the reload jaw. Discard the used reload. Prior to reloading the instrument, hold the instrument in a vertical position with anvil and reload jaw completely submerged in sterile solution and swish vigorously. Remove the jaws from the fluid and allow excess fluid to drip off the device. Wipe the inside and outside surfaces of the anvil and reload jaw to clean any unused staples from the instrument and to prevent water ingress into the instrument. Do not use the instrument until it has been visually inspected to confirm there are no staples on the anvil and reload jaw. Failure to remove staples may result in malformed staples and may lead to serious surgical consequences such as bleeding, leakage, or disruption. Device and battery pack disposal. The battery pack should remain in the device for disposal to ensure that it properly drains. Disposal of all medical device instruments and batteries should be performed according to local requirements and regulations.